بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. من يهدي الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. الحمد لله الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله. Today, inshallah, we're going to continue Surat Al-Qalam from Ayah 44 till the end of the Surah. And we mentioned before that in the previous ayat that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was talking about his prophet at the beginning of the of the surah, and how the Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam is telling the truth and he's not mad, and his message is the Quran, and how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us about Al-Qalam and make an oath by Al-Qalam, which is the pen. And we mentioned the pen, or the first, not the pen that we are using, and also the pen that is the first thing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created and told him to write the decree of all people, and this has happened 50,000 years before creations. And we mentioned that the main idea of Surat Al-Qalam is knowledge and how to gain knowledge, and how the Islamic religion or the whole deen is based on knowledge. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala then gave us an example of the disbelievers, the companion of the garden, and how those three brothers they refused to give the portion of their harvest from the garden to the poor and to the needy, and how Allah punished them that they lost the whole garden. Then the ayat to turn back to tell the people or disbelievers of Mecca why they are disbelieving the messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They have an oath from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by that they are on the right side? Did they have any scripture before that will guaranteed for them that what they are good people and they will not be resurrected? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the ayat that we mentioned before, starting especially from ayah 35 until ayah 30 or 40, from 35 to 40, even to 41, is talking about that, why those disbelievers are very sure that they will not be resurrected, they are good for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah will not punish them, from where they brought this confidence or this guarantee. And then the ayat started from ayah 42 is talking about the day of judgment, and how during this day Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will appear, his shin will appear to everyone in that day, and about those disbelievers and the hypocrites, they will when all the people in the gathering day will see the shin of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they will all prostrate except the hypocrites and disbelievers. They can't prostrate. And Allah is mentioning, as we took the last ayah 43 last time, that their eyes will be lowered with humiliation, and they were used to be called for prostration during their life while they are sound. They are still in their life, but they refuse to prostrate. And here prostration stands for the believing, to have believe in Islam and start to make the salah, but they refuse that. That's why they will not be able to prostrate during the day of judgment, and Allah subhanahu will punish them. In ayah 44, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling his prophets, Fadharni. What is meant by Fadharni? This ayah, anyone knows? We have here ayah 44, the first word, Fadharni. What does it mean, Fadharni? Anyone knows? Yes, Ahmed or Bunyamin?
Leave me. Leave me.
Okay, Fadharni means leave me. So here Allah is telling his prophet, so leave me. Here I want to stop a little bit and leave me here is a threatening. When you warn or threat someone, you said to your friend, for example, leave it to me or leave him to me. I will deal with him. So actually, the technique here, the Arabic technique in this word, فذرني or so leave me with them, is a threat from Allah, subhanahu wa ta'ala to the disbelievers. As Allah will take them, will seize them. So this is a threat, word of a threat. فذرني, leave me, ومن يكذب بهذا الحديث. So leave me with من يكذب, with whoever. What is يكذب mean? Anyone knows? يكذب. رقية.
To deny.
Excellent. So here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling his prophet, so leave me with whoever denies هذا الحديث. هذا الحديث means this statement. هذا الحديث is this statement. Here, a statement represents what or stands for what? Leave me, who denies this statement? Who knows? Statement represent what here? A statement here is representing the Quran. هذا الحديث, the Quran, the statement. So al-hadith is leave me, ya Muhammad, with those who are disbelieving with this hadith, or the hadith here, as we mentioned, is the Quran. Okay, then Allah is saying سنستدرجهم من حيث لا يعلمون, meaning that سنستدرجهم means Allah is talking about himself. سنستدرجهم, will punish them. Here, will punish them gradually from directions that what? That they will not, or they will not perceive, or they not, يعني that they can't perceive. You know what does it mean? They can't perceive here, that they will not know. They will not know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is punishing them, because here the word نستدرجهم is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I'll give you example about this, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as the Prophet ﷺ mentioned in the hadith, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is give respite or give waiting time for the transgressor. Then if he will take him, he will never escape from the يعني taking of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He will never escape from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. فَسَنَسْتَدْرِجُهُم means that they will we will punishment by we will give them punishment or punish them by the way they will not even be aware of this punishment. Okay, so as if you are if they are not waiting for punishment, they are not waiting for punishment, and suddenly they will find the punishment happening to them. So this is the way that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will punish such disbeliever. سنستدرجهم will punish them gradually from directions that they cannot perceive. Okay, this is understood by all of us. The word سنستدرجهم. As we mentioned the hadith by the Prophet that Allah will give waiting time or respite for the disbeliever until if he took him, he will not made him escape from him, subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay? Then ayah 45 is saying, وَأُمْلِي لَهُمْ أُمْلِي لَهُمْ and give them and I will give. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about himself. I will give them time. I will give them time, which is a waiting time. Okay? Inna kaydi mateen. Indeed, here inna kaydi mateen means indeed, kaydi, my plan. My plan is firm. Here, what does ayah means or is strong? That I will delay them, give them respite and extend their time. Yet this my plan and my plot against them is strong, great, against whoever opposes my command, reject my messenger, and dare to disobey me. And as we mentioned in the hadith, the Prophet is saying, إن الله تعالى لا يملي للظالم حتى إذا أخذه لم يفلته. Verily Allah the Exalted gives respite to the wrongdoer until he sees him and he will not be able to escape him. Okay, this is the meaning of umli, which to give a time. What does it mean to give a time? That to give him time, he will have his wealth, his children, his supporters, and he is deceived by all these things and will not repent back to Allah. And then at the end, Allah immediately will seize him and he will not escape at that time from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then ayah 46 is telling the Prophet alayhi salatu wassalam, after Allah subhanahu told him, leave me with those disbelievers, I will just give them a time and then I will punish them. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling his Prophet again, will continue what the questions that been mentioned before or suggestions that been mentioned before by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when he says in 41 أم لهم شركاء ayah 41 أم لهم شركاء or they have partners that they are associating with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so let them bring their partners if they are truth tellers or if they are truthfully telling. So continuation of that coming in ayah 46 أم تسألهم or. So we have or again is coming to us here. Or تسألهم. What is تسألهم? Who knows تسألهم? Ahmed?
You asked.
You ask them تسألهم, you ask them, all this in one word تسألهم, or you ask them. أجرا, what is أجرا? أجرا Medina.
Payment or reward?
Not reward here. أجرا not reward here means payment. Yes, payment or fee, or when you do something for a person, he wants to give you back money. So this is payment. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling his prophet, or you ask them payment so that fahum min, so they, fahum means so they, fahum min maghramin, from the debt. Maghramin means the debt. From the debt, muthqalun, burdened. So here, this is a question coming to those people, the disbelievers, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking them that if the Prophet is telling you to give him payment of his da'wah, so that you are in a debt or you don't have money to pay for him in order to give you da'wah, or to give you this invitation. Then continuation of that questions in ayah 47. أم عندهم الغيب. أم عندهم الغيب. Or we mentioned means or. عندهم they have. عندهم الغيب or they have the knowledge of unseen. أم عندهم الغيب or they have the knowledge of unseen. فهم يكتبون, so they write. So here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also, it is a type of طبعا all these questions, the answer is no. يعني I just want to come back with you with the first questions that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was mocking, and the answers was no for before about these questions. You can see here, this is the questions we took starting from ayah 41 or maybe before 41 here. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I just want to revise with you the questions that to يعني have the connections of the ayat together. The start of the question started from ayah 37 here. You can see ayah 37, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying what أم لكم كتاب فيه تدرسون. Allah, when he started to talk to those people and giving these questions for them, do you have oath upon us extending until the day of judgment, that indeed for you is whatever you judge? This is a question. Before it, there is another question here. أم لكم كتاب, do you have a book or scripture in which you learn that in this book that indeed for you is whatsoever you want or you choose in this book? And then followed by another question in ayah 39. Or do you have oath upon us extending until the day of judgment that indeed for you is whatever you judge? Then ayah 41c. Or do they have partners, idols associated with Allah? Then let them bring their partners if they are truthful. So all these questions you can see, and then continued in the ayah we have today, which is أم لهم أم تسألهم أجرا, or you ask them payment so they from debt burdened, or عندهم الغيب, or they have the knowledge of unseen so they write it. Okay, so all these the questions that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asking those people through his messenger, is the answer is no. The answer will be every time is no. So why they are disbelieving? They are not knowing the unseen. They are not know. They don't have books. They don't have scriptures. They don't have a guarantee from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that they will not be resurrected again. Why they are so confident about their disbelieving state? So after all this denying from such disbelievers, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is advising his messenger to do what? Fasbir. What is fasbir here means? So, sorry, we'll just here. So fasbir means so, be patient. Fasbir لحكم ربك. لحكم ربك. What is حكم? Anyone knows what is حكم? Yes, يا رقية.
The judgment.
Not judgment. It's here. You can say the decision. Be patient for the decision. لحكم ربك. Decision of your Lord. فاصبر لحكم ربك. Here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling his prophet to be patient for the decision or the decree of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What is the decision here? Stands for what? Who can tell me? the decision or الحكم or the decree of your Lord stands for what? What is the decree here or decision of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He is telling His Prophet to be patient on it? Huh? Huh? Yes, Ruqayya.
The punishment of the disbelievers.
Excellent. So here, be patient means to preserve here or persevere. Sorry, persevere. يعني stay patient or persevere against what? Against the harm. The harm of your people and their rejection. Persevere against the harm of your people and their rejection. And after this, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, verily, we can say here, verily, Allah will grant you victory. Allah will grant you victory in the end. So will give the final victory for you, make the grant you victory on them in the end. So this is actually what stands the word لحكم. You can see here, decision, لحكم. So the decision here, this stands for the decision. The decision of your Lord is to persevere or be patient against the harm of your people and their rejection and their denying for the da'wah, as you will be finally have the victory on them. Have the victory on them. Okay? And then here we'll go to Allah is telling His Prophet, then here Allah is giving us an example for one of His prophets is Prophet Yunus. Prophet Yunus or Prophet here is coming as the Yunus ibn Matta or the Sahib al-Hut, the companion of the fish. Prophet Yunus here, what happened to him? Allah is telling His Prophet, don't be ولا تكن, and don't be like the companion of the whale. Actually, hut is fish or whale. What happened to Prophet Yunus? إذ نادى وهو مكذوم. Here, nada means that he called. When he called out his Lord, nada. When he called out. وهو مكذوم. وهو مكذوم. What is مكذوم? Anyone knows? مكذوم. مكذوم. Bunyamin? Yes, or Ahmed?
Stressed.
Hmm?
Stressed.
Distressed. Yes. What distressed means that he is sad. He is sad and he is anxious. So, is nada وهو مكذوم. So he was distressed. So this is Prophet Yunus. The ayah is talking about here, you can say Prophet Yunus. Anyone knows who is the story of Prophet Yunus? You can tell me about it? Huh? Anyone knows what is the story of Prophet Yunus? Yes, Ruqayya?
Is it the prophet who was carried away from his the people who was like telling them to believe in Allah, so he decided to leave that place and go with the ship, and then when he
Yeah,
was sailing with the ship, the people said that like the ship will um has a lot of weight on it, so they decided to throw Prophet Yunus into the ocean, and then he got swallowed by a big whale.
yeah,
So he was
excellent.
feeling in distress and glorifying Allah until Allah forgived him and made the
Yeah,
whale like I don't know how it happened, but I think the whale spitted him out, I think.
yes, excellent.
Yeah.
On a seashore,
Yeah.
and then after that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he made him, to, يعني there was a tree beside him, which has a
Mhm.
pumpkin. You know the pumpkin that we usually hear is present during October. This is type of fruit that he is supposed to eat in order to be good, healthy after these difficult times during the belly of the whale. He stayed for 3 nights in this belly, and he was very distressed, as Ruqayya mentioned. And then he made dua for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala all the time. لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إني كنت من الظالمين. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling that this dua, that none has the right to be worshipped but you, Ya Allah. Glorified are you. Truly, I have been from the wrongdoers. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran mentioned, فَاسْتَجَبْنَا لَهُ وَنَجَّيْنَاهُ مِنَ الْغَمِّ. So we answered his call and delivered him from the distress. وَكَذَلِكَ نُنْجِي الْمُؤْمِنِينَ, and thus we do deliver the believers. And from that, we can learn that if you have any hardship that is passing through you, just keep to say لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إني كنت من الظالمين, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will save you from this hardship. Here, what we can say that the lesson here from the story of Prophet Yunus, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling Prophet Muhammad about, that he was not patient. You can see the ayah is ordering the Prophet to be patient. فَاصْبِرْ لِحُكْمِ رَبِّكَ. Be patient to the decision of your Lord. And we mentioned what is the decision of your Lord. The decision of your Lord is that your people will deny your message and will harm you. Then, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the end will grant you victory. This is the decree of Allah. And don't be like the companion of the whale when he called out and he was distressed. So here, Prophet Yunus, he was not patient. He used to, according to what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, that he used to invite his people to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they refused and they reject as usual. And so he was so angry with them. That's why he left them, and he wanted to leave the whole village or the whole city that he was in. And he went to have to ride the ship. And during the ship, there was a lot of bad weather happening that made people have to throw someone from the ship. And they made like what is called it um, bat, for example, that every time that they want someone to be to be thrown from the ship. And the names of Prophet Yunus came 3 times that he is the one to be thrown from the ship, and being thrown from the ship and being swallowed by a large whale, and stayed in the belly of this whale for 3 nights in the oceans. And it was very hard, as we mentioned, and he kept making dua until this whale spitted him out in the seashore. And after that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saved him and sent for him this, as we call, pumpkin tree that he can eat. And then he returned back to his people, and surprisingly, he found all the people believed in him again. All the people, all the village returned back to Allah and believed, and when he returned back, he found that all the disbelievers returned to be believers, and actually the people of Prophet Yunus were the only people that they been all of them believers. Subhanallah. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted to, and of course he forgave, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgave him for what he did after many dua and many asking for forgiveness from Prophet Yunus. So here it's mentioned in summary in those ayat. In ayah 49, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is mentioning لولا, if not, تداركه if not that if overtook him favor. نعمة means favor. So here if not means the ayat لولا means if not, a favor. نعمة means favor, a favor of Allah. تداركه of Allah. تداركه means that overtook him. So if not a favor from Allah overtook him, لنبذ. What is نبذ? Anyone knows? لنبذ. نبذ. Yes, يا رقية.
Isolated.
No, نبذ means to be left. surely, لنبذ means surely he would be, he would have been left. Left where? بالعراء. بالعراء means on the naked seashore. On the naked shore. This is بالعراء. نبذ بالعراء. So here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling that he saved, he saved his prophet Yunus alayhi salam by his favor. وهو مذموم means while he is مذموم what? Blamed. Why blamed? Blamed because he was not patient enough and he left his people before the order of Allah comes to him. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us فَاجْتَبَاهُ. فَاجْتَبَاهُ means then he chose him. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala اجتباه means he chose him. We can say ربه means his Lord. So his Lord, then his Lord here, then his Lord chose him to be a فجعله, chose him and made him. فجعله means made him. Made him من الصالحين, from the righteous. من الصالحين, from the righteous. Okay? طيب. The last ayah here, or the two last ayahs, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is returning back to the people of Mecca and the disbelievers by telling his prophet وَإِن يَكَادُ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا. وَإِن means that, and indeed يَكَادُ means almost. So يَكَاد means almost. Indeed would almost. الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا, the disbelievers. Or we can say it more accurately, almost. Indeed would almost those who disbelieve. الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا is those who disbelieve. But al-kafirin is a disbeliever. So when you find al-kafirin, so it is disbelievers. الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا means those who disbelieve. Those who disbelieve. ليزلقونك. What is يزلقونك? Anyone knows here this word? ليزلقونك. ها, who knows? Ahmed or Medina? Can you tell me ليزلقونك? What does it mean? I 51. ها. ليزلقونك means surely make you slip. Slip, you can see يزلقونك to slip. Someone will about to fall. This is slipping, about to fall. Surely make you slip. بأبصارهم, with their eyes. With their eyes. And what else? When they do they will do that لما, when they hear. لما سمعوا, when they hear what? لما سمعوا الذكر. Hear the message. What is the message here? Refer to whom? To what? The message? Who knows? Ahmed and Benjamin. Anyone knows? The message here refers to what? الذكر. لما سمعوا الذكر. What is the message is referred to the Quran. Okay, the message referred to the Quran. ويقولون, and they say إنه لمجنون. Indeed he is. يعني what they will say, indeed. We'll open this. Indeed he is what? He is لمجنون means he is surely mad. So remember, at the beginning of the surah, Allah mentioned to his prophets, ما أنت بنعمة ربك بمجنون. You are not with the favor of Allah is mad. Now, the end of the surah is ending about those disbelievers who, by their eyes, they were going to slip, almost will slip the Prophet ﷺ while they are looking to him and say, indeed, he is surely mad. Now we'll come to this يعني ayah, sleeping with their eyes is here what? Giving us about the evil eye. The evil eye. What does it mean? That those disbelievers have an evil eye against the Prophet ﷺ. They were jealous. They were jealous from him because the message and hated him, and were it not for Allah protection of the messenger against them, their evil eye would harm the Prophet. So there is something called the evil eye. What is the evil eye? When someone is looking to you in a bad way and in hatred and jealousy, and if you have any favor, he wants to be taken from you. This is as the tafsir saying in this ayah is a proof that the effect of evil eye and its affliction by the command of Allah is real. And many hadith is talked about the evil eye, and like the hadith came here from Ibn Abbas that the Prophet mentioned, العين حق ولو كان شيء سابق القدر لسبقت العين وإذا استغسلتم فاغسلوا. The evil eye is real. If anything were to overtake the divine decree and change it, then it would be the evil eye. And if you perform ghusl to remove evil eye, then wash well. Which means that if you think that there was an evil eye to you, you felt that you are not well, or you are sad, or you are not happy, you don't know why, you just go and take shower or make wudu and pray for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and also say the ayat that made that the messenger told us about the ruqya by ayat al-kursi, by المعوذتين قل أعوذ برب الفلق قل أعوذ برب الناس. Also another dua or supplication like أعوذ بكلمات الله التامة من كل شيطان وهمة من كل عين لامة. I seek protection for you, Ya Allah, by the perfect words of Allah from every shaitan and dangerous creation and from every evil that from every eye that is evil. This is one of the supplications. Also, there is another supplication that the Prophet used to say, بسم الله أرقيك من كل شيء يؤذيك ومن شر كل نفس وعين تؤذيك والله يشفيك بسم الله أرقيك. Here, in the name of Allah, I pray over you for healing from everything that bother you, from the evil of every soul and every evil eye that hates you. May Allah cure you. In the name of Allah, I pray over you for healing. And this hadith being recorded by Muslim in يعني Sahih Muslim. So a lot of ad'iyah actually for the ayn come in the Sunnah, and above all the ayat from the Quran, as we mentioned, that mention about to take a protection, seek protection of Allah from ayn by Ayatul Kursi and the Mu'awwazatain, as we mentioned. Lastly, about this issue in ayn, what the Prophet ﷺ mentioned: إذا رأى أحدكم من أخيه أو من نفسه أو من ماله ما يعجبه فليبرك فإن العين حق. If one of you sees in his brother or himself or his wealth that which pleases him, then he should ask Allah to bless it, for verily the evil is real. يعني by saying Allahumma barik. Okay, so from this ayah we can understand that how these believers were having an evil eye on the Prophet, and they said that what he's saying is surely he is a madman. وَمَا هُوَ, and then lastly Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling that it's not mad, it what وَمَا هُوَ إِلَّا ذِكْرٌ لِلْعَالَمِينَ means that it is nothing else but a reminder to all the creation. So وَمَا هُوَ, but it is not here, but it is not except ذِكْرٌ, except it is a reminder to the ذِكْر is a reminder للعالمين to the to the world. للعالمين is to the world. Okay, so by this we finished the surah of Al-Qalam, and now we'll go quickly around what we learn from the surah. We'll take the lessons from those ayat that we took now. If we want to take lesson from those ayat, what will be the first lesson? Number one, who can tell me the first lesson from such ayat that we took today? Today's lesson, we took the ayat spoke about number 44. Ayah number 44, Allah is saying, so leave me, whoever denies this statement, we will punish them gradually from directions that they can't perceive or will not know. What we can learn from this ayah and the other one, which is أملي لهم إن كيدي متين, and will give them time, indeed my plan is firm. What we can learn from those two ayahs, who can tell me? Ruqayya.
Allah's punishment is very severe for the disbelievers.
Yes, the threat or the warning of Allah to the disbelievers that they will surely return to him and will not escape his punishment. This is the lesson that we can learn from the first two ayahs. Then after that, the second and the following ayat about the questions. Remember, we mentioned about here the question in ayah 45 and ayah 46, or 36 and 47. Allah is saying, or you ask them payment, so they are from the debt burdened, or they have the knowledge of unseen, so they write. So what we can learn from those two ayat? Ayah 46 and 47. What we can learn from them? That no evidence with no evidence with the disbelievers, okay, supporting their denying of Quran. Yani they don't have actually any evidence or anything that's supporting them. They don't have the knowledge, they don't have the guarantee from Allah, they don't have anything in order to deny the message. And number 3, be patient and stay steadfast on the straight path. This is for all of us. The advice that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala advised his prophet and to us also, to be patient on this deen and steadfast on the straight path. And number 4, to keep yourself, or we can say protect yourself from evil eye by what? By the dhikr, remembrance of Allah, and by the 2 surahs, al-Mu'awwazatayn, 2 surah of al 2 surahs of قل هو الله قل أعوذ برب الفلق and قل أعوذ برب الناس, which is in Arabic called al-Mu'awwidhatayn. Okay, these are the name of the 2 surahs. And also by reciting, this is also reciting Ayat al-Kursi, Ayat Kursi, ayah. This is also to keep yourself. And of course, the dua came in the sunnah of the prophet. The dua came in the sunnah that protect from the evil eye. Okay, this is another thing that we must take care of it. We'll stop here inshallah and we'll complete next time. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم.